the series of the great rabbis of yesteryear. The 4th of Kislev, Dalet Kislev, marks the Hilula of a great Moroccan rabbi. His name was Rabbi Yehudah Cheetreet Z'tl. He was born in July, in English year 1913, and passed away, to be precise, on the 17th of November in English year 1994. He would have been about 81 years of age at the time of passing, and he passed away in the holy city of Jerusalem, the capital city of Israel. He would become a great rabbi of the various different cities, including Agaadir in Morocco, Aspi in Morocco also, and the rabbi of Afula. Also, let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, he was born in an area of Betol Al. I think this was in a part of Tafilalat, a place we've spoken about on various occasions before, in Morocco, and he actually came from very great rabbinic auspices. His father's name was Rabbi Makhluf Shitrit, very great rabbanim, great rab in of itself. He learned in yeshiva, the Abir Yaakov, I think in Bodniv, if I'm not mistaken, and he was learning with many great Talmidim over there at that point in time, who would go on to become some of the greatest rabbis in the world, including the famous Baba Sali, Rabbi Yisrael Abu Chatzera, really, really great rabbi, and he would get ordained, I believe, to the rabbinate shortly after. I believe in the Hebrew year, Heitaf Reish Tzadik Tzovit. He got married to his wife. Her name was Yakot, Rabbanit Yakot, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they would have 9 children, if I'm not mistaken. And he would be appointed, I think, through the Baba Sali in various different positions in of itself. Many, remember, we've spoken about the famous Baba Sali. I believe his Hilula was on Dalit Shvat. We've dedicated a few videos with regards to Rabbi Yisrael Abu Chatzera, who was probably arguably one of the greatest Moroccan rabbis of all time. But I think the Baba Sali actually appointed him to become, let's say, a head rabbi in the area of Arfod, respectively, which is a very, very prominent position, a prominent position with a lot of responsibility. Especially, he was dealing with the topics of Gittin in those specific areas in of itself. I believe also he would become a rabbi during his young years of the area of Gor Ama, if I'm not mistaken. And I think in the Hebrew year, Hey Taf Shin Hey, he would actually dwell in the area of Agadir over there, and over there he would get prominent position to be like say the spiritual leader of the Jewish Kehila in of itself in that specific area. And then he would actually be in the year Hey Taf Shin Yudalad, be appointed to a position in the Bet Din. He became a judge. He was a judge, and in the area of Rabat. Rabat had a great Torah community in Morocco, a place where related various different great biography videos on great rabbis from Rabat. And over there he would become, I think, the rabbi of Agadir. This was in the year Heitav Shin Tetvav, and very, very prominent position in of itself. However, there was some troubleships. I believe there was an earthquake that actually took place over there in the year 1960. And I think he and his family actually survived this earthquake and became unscathed. But unfortunately, I think other people did suffer, if I'm not mistaken, in this specific vicinity. I would recommend everyone to learn about the specific incident that actually took place in this severe earthquake. While over there, I think there was a lot of destruction at that point in time in that specific area. He would act still and work as a judge in various different courts in Marrakesh and Essaouira also. I believe afterwards he would actually move to the city of Aspi, and he would then shortly later on go and move to the land of Israel just shortly afterwards. But this earthquake really did, I think, affect, we're talking about many thousands of people. It's reported it killed 15,000 people in this area, and about a third of the city's residents at that time, approximately 25,000 people, were injured. And the Chacham Yehudah Cheetreet, thank God, and his family came unscathed from this specific disaster in of itself. So he moved to the areas including Rabat, and I think he had close connection also to the famous Rabbi Shaul ibn Dinan, who happened to be, I think, the chief rabbi of Morocco at that point in time. He would serve in the court in Casablanca at one stage in time. Also, while we mentioned before, he was in Aspi, and the head of the court in that specific city in of itself. Remember, this position had a lot of responsibilities. He wasn't just a judge, a dayan over there. He was also a butcher, a kosher slaughterer, a shochet, and a mohel. And he was also a cantor, a rabbi that will be a shliach tzibur. and had various other different positions in the community in itself, starting other great Torah-related positions inside this specific, all these various different vicinities in of itself. So we can see the really greatness of the rabbi. I think after he spent time in Asfi, he would eventually emigrate to the land of Israel. I believe this was around the year, I think around the year 1962, if I'm not mistaken. He would make Aliyah to the land of Israel. Remember, the Medinat Israel at that point in time had been 14 years ago, like let's say, set up. And I think after 10 months, he would actually then be appointed as a rabbi of Afula. I think at that point in time, it was Rabbi Yitzchak Nissim, who happened to be the let's say, the head rabbi, the chief rabbi at that point in time, would actually help him within regards to getting this prominent position in of itself. And I believe, work for 3 years, be appointed as the Sephardi rabbi of that city. And I think there was other great rabbis over there at that point in time. I think the Ashkenazi rabbi was Rabbi Asher Kirstein, if I'm not mistaken. He was a great Talmid Chacham in of itself. I think a Talmid from Minsk, respectively. So he was serving Rabbi Kirstein was the Ashkenazi rabbi in that place. In English year 1978, he was, I think, part of the Harabanut Hareshit and working as a Dayan, a judge in this, which was another prominent position. He would actually move to the area of Neve Yaakov, a prominent area in Jerusalem in himself, very near Piskat Zev. He passed away on Dalet Kislev in the English year, I think 1993 and 1994, if I'm not mistaken, one of those 2 years. I think it was in 1994, just to clarify, on the 17th of November. Now, I think there's a name of a road in Afula that's actually named after him. And there's Beit Knesset and the Kolelim, several of them that are named after him around the Israeli areas in of itself. Now, great books he actually wrote, including the Minchat Yehudah, which is a Sheelot and Shuvot book, question and answers book. Another Torah colossal work was a Kol Yehudah. Another shir, let's say, that he sang, composition was the Shir Lemarpa, which was, I think, based on the Shir Hashirim, the Song of Songs. Obviously, the original owner was a famous King Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech. Now, friends, over here, we've covered already more than 530 rabbis of yesteryear. Over here happens to be the Kilula on the 4th of Kislev of Rabbi Yehudah Cheetreet, who we've spoken about, who was a Talmid of the famous Rabbi Yisrael Abu Chatzer, the author of the Kol Yehudah and the Minchat Yehudah books in itself, respectively, was very well traveled, especially in Morocco, took many prominent positions over the head positions, respectively. And he passed away, he was around the year 81 years of age when he passed away. He passed away around 30 years ago from time of recording here in 2024. We've covered many videos, many great rabbanim. Please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and share the videos. If you happen to be related to any of these great rabbanim, please send me an email. I'd love to hear more about those rabbis. Please subscribe to the channel. Wishing you all well, great night, and take care.